I'm not like so adult that I just am like, do not have sex no matter what. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time stopping by, hi, I'm Julia, nice to meet you. Welcome to the family here. And if you are an OG subscriber, giving you a hug, thanks for coming back and hanging with me today. So today is gonna be a little different kind of a video. It's gonna be a chit chat video. And actually, one of my subscribers gave me the idea for this video. So before I get into this, I will preface this by saying I obviously am not a teen mom. The one thing I can say that I have experience in, well, so far, is I am currently pregnant. I'm due March 22nd with a little baby girl. I am only 26, which if you're a teen watching this, you're probably like, holy cow, you're old. Or if you're older than me, you're probably like, oh my God, you're young. What do you know about life? But anyways, one of my lovely subscribers, her name is Naidaly. If you're watching this, hi Naidaly. Hope you're having a good day today. But she had reached out to me and kind of asked me to make a video talking about teen pregnancy and just kind of putting it out there, my thoughts, some different perspectives to look at, you know what I mean? And she herself is pregnant and she is a teen, and I don't know, when she reached out to me, I just was really like, you know what? You are right. Like, I feel like this subject is so taboo. It is talked about a little more now, you know, they have like the teen mom shows, which I'm obsessed with those. I love watching those shows. But it's still a subject that, you know, is kind of taboo. And if you're watching this and are a teen mom, I'm sure that you have gotten shunned for it. I'm sure if you have a pregnant belly, you might be out in public and have gotten looks. You might have family members who have shunned you. And first off, before I get into my thoughts and, you know, what I think about teen pregnancy and everything like that, I just want to say, if you are a teen watching this and are pregnant and are scared and are feeling alone and are just in a bad place, like, I'm sending you a big warm hug and I'm telling you it's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. That's one thing I think people really need to realize, is that yes, teen pregnancy is not, you know, sought after. It may not have the best reputation, but if you are that teen, like, just put yourself in that teen's situation. I'm 26 years old and being pregnant has been a freaking roller coaster for me, like mentally and emotionally. I cannot even imagine going through this when I was a teenager, 14, 15, 16, 17, even 19 and 20, you know what I mean? Like, if you've been around my channel, you know I have had miscarriages, and I got pregnant for the first time, I think I was 23. And I remember getting pregnant at that time thinking like, oh my gosh, I've been ready to be a mom. Was I 23? Yeah, I was 23. And I just 100% was like, I'm ready to be a mom. This is so exciting. And you know, 3 miscarriages later, I'm gonna be 27 this year, and hopefully, like, if everything goes well, I have 5 more weeks left at the time of filming this. You might not be seeing this till later, I don't know, but I look back on when I first got pregnant, and I was 23 years old, which is not a teenager at all anymore, but I look back to where I was in life, and I still think like, I get it. I get why I wasn't meant to have babies at that time. And that's one thing that you have to remember, whoever you're watching this, whether you're older, younger, pregnant, not pregnant, is that I truly, honestly believe, guys, everything happens for a reason. I believe in God, and you guys know me, I don't like to preach that on people. I think it's totally a personal thing. I think as long as you believe in something, if you believe in the universe, if you believe in karma, if you believe in Buddha, honestly, like, whatever you believe in, I think it is important to believe in something bigger than yourself, because it will make life a lot easier. Anyways, if you're watching this and are pregnant and are scared and are worried, like, I can't do this, what if I can't do this? You are in this situation for a reason. You're given this baby for a reason. You know, how crazy is it that people teens, maybe this happened to you if you're watching, but how crazy is it that somebody can have sex one time for the first time, use protection, everything like that, and you get pregnant. But then you have people on the opposite side of the spectrum who have been trying for years and years, trying to get pregnant, obviously, unprotected sex, and they don't get pregnant. You know, there's just a reason for things. And when you're down in the dumps, when you're hopeless, like, you have to just hold on to that and just tell yourself, like, all right, somebody thinks I can do this, and you will be able to do it. So now I kind of do want to get into kind of my thoughts on teen pregnancy and everything like that. And I have to commend Naidaly, because when she first reached out to me on this, I was like, oh, this is kind of a touchy subject. Her being a teen, pregnant herself. When you're a teenager, your brain is just not fully developed. And I freaking hated when people would tell me that when I was a teenager. I hated when people would say like, oh, you know, you'll get it when you get older. When you're older, you'll understand. I hated that because I was like, no, like, I'm fully aware of everything. Like, you know what I mean? I just hated that. So I hated telling her certain things because I'm like, I didn't know how she would take them. She's also pregnant. I didn't want her to get her feelings hurt or take things the wrong way. But we had such a good conversation, and at the end of the conversation, I kind of had asked her like, hey, do you still think it'd be helpful if I made this video knowing my standpoints on this? And she said yes. Okay, so my personal thoughts are, I truly, like, everything I've been through in life so far, like I said, I'm not claiming I am know-it-all. I still have a long ways to go in life, you know what I mean? But from where I'm at, from what I've learned so far, I've been a teenager. I remember, thinking, oh my God, I could have a baby. Like, it'd be awesome to have a baby and blah, blah, blah. And then, being where I'm at now, it's really hard to understand how much goes into having a baby. First off, my personal thoughts are, I honestly think that you should wait to have sex until A, you're old enough, because it is just, I know, again, I hate it when people told me this. And okay, so for reference, I lost my virginity when I was 18, and I had been with the guy for a little while. We were serious. We ended up being together for 2 years, you know what I mean? And the reason I had waited is I was like one of the last of my friends to lose my virginity. And I just happened to have things line up to where, I really felt like it was something that I didn't want to give up to someone unless if they deserved it. And I really, I had a lot of guy friends ever since I was little. And so hearing how boys talked about girls and everything, like they were my friends, they were good to me. But I would hear how some guys would talk about other girls, or they would tell me, that's one thing that was nice about having guy friends, is they would tell me like, Julia, you should hear how guys talk about girls. They don't really love you. Like, they just want to get in your pants and that's it. And as a girl, most girls naturally just think like, oh, like, I just want to be loved. I just want a guy who's gonna accept me. And anyways, long story short, I got lucky and just happened to go through my entire teen years pretty much until I was 18. And it was laid out for me that I could wait that long. And do I recommend doing that? Yes, because I had friends that lost their virginity really young. I've known people who have lost their virginity really young. And again, you are aware of yourself and you're thinking like, no, this is right, I want to do this. It's easy to get fooled when you're young, and it's easy to, you're not jaded yet, you haven't been hurt, so you don't think that it's possible for this guy you've been dating who says he loves you and blah, 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 to leave you, or you're really nothing to him, you know what I mean? So I don't know. And I also think that like sex is just something that your brain has to be at a certain growth, at a certain level to process it, you know what I mean? Like, it's an intimate thing. It does release chemicals and hormones in your brain, and if your brain does not know how to process those things, it can really mess you up. It can really hinder your growth and just cause all kinds of issues. It can cause anxiety, it can cause depression. I know it's hard in the moment, especially like if you're with somebody you like, or all your friends are doing it, you know what I mean, or you're curious. Like, that was another thing too. that was really hard is I was always really curious. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to know what it's like. God, this is going to be such a long video, but I personally think that it is worth waiting for till your brain has gotten a chance to grow and learn to deal with hormones and learn to deal with things like that. You know what I mean? Like, just scientifically speaking. We're not even speaking opinion-wise at this point. And I know it happens. Like, you know, there are people who are teens and they've been together a long time. And I think that's a little bit different situation. I'm not saying like, go out and have sex, you know what I mean? But it's understandable if you're a teen and you've been dating your boyfriend for like a year, and I get it. I'm not like so adult that I just am like, do not have sex no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying to go out and do it, but what I'm saying is I understand where you're at if you have been with somebody for a while. And also why I don't really, you know, advise and glamorize teen pregnancy is just because that, like, you're a teen, like, you're not even an adult yet. Like, you should not have to grow up so fast. Like, that's one thing that, again, I hate it when people would tell me this. Like, when you're young, all you want to do is grow up and you can't wait to be grown and whatever. Like, I remember that. But then when you are an adult, like, guys, being an adult is not, I mean, it's great, but it's really not all it's cracked up to be. You have so many stresses, you have work, you have finances you have to take care of. I don't know, I'm not even gonna get into that because it's just like, probably sounds like to you because I know it did to me. But anyways, my advice to you is to, if you can, if you're at a point where you are not pregnant yet, you can avoid it by waiting, you know what I mean? Or, like I said, if you are in a very long-term relationship and you are having sex, just be smart about it. Like, I could get into STDs, and that's a whole other thing. Should I get into this? Maybe I'll have to get into that another time, but that's the other thing too, is just, you're better safe than sorry. Like, I don't even want to like get into that tangent. So let's talk about really quick too, another thing that, again, you don't think about when you're a teenager is expenses. Being pregnant and having a baby is so expensive. It literally costs thousands of dollars to have a baby, all the doctor's appointments, the actual delivery. And if you are not in a position where you can take care of that and pay for that, that is just adding more scariness to your plate that you don't need. And once you do have the baby, you have to buy diapers, you have to buy supplies to take care of the baby, a bassinet for it to sleep in, it needs somewhere to sleep, it needs clothes. And another thing I want to get into too, guys, is like, I don't know, again, experiencing pregnancy, being, you know, an adult, has been such an amazing experience because I'm at a point where, you know, we are financially stable. I can buy things for her nursery. I'm getting her nursery set up. I'm decorating it all cute. When I was a teen, no way could I have done that. I would have been lucky to have afforded a bassinet. You know what I mean? It would have been such a scary experience. And again, that's why if you're watching this and if you're a pregnant teen, my heart goes out to you because that's probably honestly why I was not given that in my life, because I don't think I could have handled being pregnant as a teen and being a mom as a teen. And again, if you're watching this and, you know, are not a teen and are an adult, like I know I have a lot of, you know, people my age who watch my videos, I know it's easy to kind of look at pregnant teens and say, oh my God, this little girl went and got herself pregnant and now she has to lay in her bed she made. Guys, think back to when you were 16 or whatever, how a teenager, 15, 17, whatever. Think back to when you were that age. Like, honestly, just take a step back and just think, gosh, where was I at that point? Okay, I was a sophomore or junior in high school. Think back to the choices you were making then. Probably a lot of you were having sex, you know, and probably a lot of you thought, oh, well, I can't get pregnant, because that's what you think when you're that age. You don't realize how easy it is to get pregnant. And you just happen to be lucky not to get pregnant. And I know it's hard to do that, but just don't look down and don't shun pregnant teens, because they are going through something so crazy. Their hormones are all over the place. It's so scary. and they're still kids themselves. Like, and if you're watching this in a teen, like, and you're getting annoyed by that, like, I'm not a kid, I know. I'm sorry if you're offended, and I totally get why you were offended, because I would get offended when people would say that. But realistically, your brain is still a teen. There's nothing you can do to progress your brain to being an adult when it's not. You know what I mean? Like, you're at a developmental stage for a reason, and that's where you are. Just, again, I hate being preachy. I don't want to sound preachy. But anyways, this video is getting like crazy long, and the main points I just wanted to make is that if you're a teen and you're pregnant and, you know, I don't know what you're feeling right now. Maybe you're scared. Maybe you feel bad. Maybe you're excited. That too. You could very well be excited, and that is awesome. And if you are getting shunned, or if people are making you feel bad, you know, what's done is done. You can't go back, and all you can do is just look forward and just try the best you can, and your best is gonna be enough. As long as you are trying hard to better yourself, you know, stay in school. That, again, that sounds so stupid, but as long as you're trying to better yourself and be the best you can be, and you're trying really hard, you're doing great, and don't let anyone else tell you otherwise, because I know what a hard time you're going through. If you're watching this and are a teen and are not yet pregnant, just know it's something really, really hard to go through, whether you're young or old. So if you can avoid having to stop your life and have it be all about somebody else, do it. Enjoy being a kid. Seriously, like, you're only gonna get to be a kid once, so enjoy it. And then if you're an adult watching this, please try to just put yourself in pregnant teens' situation, and just what they need right now is not criticism and for you to embarrass them and make them feel worse than they probably already feel. They just need to be loved and to be told, hey, you know, yes, you're in this predicament, but you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I love you. And real quick, before I close out this video, I will go ahead and tell you, my friend Natalie, the one who I've been talking about, who gave me the idea to make this video, she has an awesome situation. From what it sounds like, she has an awesome baby daddy. She is living with baby daddy. He joined the military to, you know, not only serve his country, but to provide for his family, make sure Natalie and the baby are okay. Because they did have to realize, holy cow, this is expensive. How are we gonna do this? You know what I mean? They're having to make it work. She's pregnant, and he had to go off to boot camp, and she's having to go through this alone, guys. And she's doing a phenomenal job. Side note, like, little side story, again, my old butt, like I said, old if you're a teen, probably young if you're not a teen, but oh my gosh, when I was around, I don't even know, I think I was like 20 something weeks pregnant, Jesse went on a trip with his cousins for a bachelor party, and he was only gone like 3 days. And mind you, just a little like inside on Jesse and I's relationship, like, we are very, you know, we've gone through a lot together. Worrying about like him being naughty or cheating, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have that worry at all, like, about, oh gosh, what's he gonna do? But I was going crazy just being left alone. Like, my hormones were, I don't know what was happening. I'm not a needy person, like, usually, but being pregnant, I have just needed Jesse way more than I've ever needed him. Like, I've been so needy. If you know the word chipilona, I've just been chipilona, which means, like, I just want attention. I just want, you know, to be with Jesse all the time. And him physically being away for just 3 days, I lost it. Like, I also have separation anxiety too, but I had such a rough time. And I'm like an adult, like, I literally cannot even, like, again, I commend Natalie so much, because I could not go through what she's going through at her stage in life. You know what I mean? I'm like, holy cow, you are a brave girl. You are wise beyond your years. And again, that just goes back to the thing that, you know, you're given what you can handle when you can handle it. So anyways, that's kind of, you know, my conversation about teen pregnancy, and hopefully this was helpful to you wherever you are in your stage of life. If you are pregnant, I'm sending you lots of good vibes, like lots of love. Like, I hope everything works out for you. Just try your best to stay positive. And like I said, do everything you can As long as you're working hard, you'll be okay. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to come by here and listen to me blab for forever, and I'll catch you in my next video.